All right, so this is one of those problems where you gotta know your exponent rules. We're given that x to the power of a squared over x to the power of b squared is equal to x to the 16. We're also told that x is larger than 1 and that a plus b, the sum of these two, is 2. And what do we want to find? We want to find a minus b. So how can we do this? So first thing you want to do is kind of reorganize this because this isn't a very useful format. And using your exponent rules, you can actually reorganize it. Since this is division, you can say that this becomes just x to the power of a squared minus b squared. That's equal still to x to the 16. And at this point, this looks actually a little bit more manageable, right? Because now, since you just have x to some power equaling x to some power, you know that these powers have to be equal. So you can set this up as a squared minus b squared is equal to 16. And so that's very useful because now you have two variables and two equations, right? So you know that this is a relationship between a and b, and now you also know that this is a relationship between a and b. So from here, you take it as a sort of system of equations, right? So again, I'm going to use substitution. I'm just going to kind of block that off a little bit. I'm going to use substitution. And once we find a and b, we can just take their difference and get the answer. So with substitution, I can see that this one is probably a little bit more simple to sort of work with. So I'm just going to do maybe minus b on both sides. So I'd get minus b. So I would get a is equal to 2 minus b. So now that I know this, a in terms of b, I can plug it into this a right there. So I know now that 2 minus b squared minus b squared is equal to 16. Let's work this out, solve for b. So now it's going to be 4 minus 4b plus b squared. That's sort of foiling that out. Minus b squared is equal to 16. Just as a quick note, how you do that, just 2 minus b, 2 minus b, 2 times 2, 4, then 2 times negative b, negative 2b, then negative b times 2, minus 2b again, and then b times b, so plus b squared. So that's how I got this. So we see here that the b squareds kind of cancel out. So we're just left with 4 minus 4b is equal to 16. From here, we can subtract 4 on both sides, left with negative 4b equal to 12. And finally, just divide both sides by negative 4. And we get that b is equal to negative 3. Cool, so we have one of our variables. Let's solve for the other one. So now we can, take this b and plug it up into here, because here we have our a in terms of b, right? So from here, I'm just going to write that over here. Sorry, it's a little messy. A is equal to 2 minus, we know it's 2 minus b, but we know that b is equal to negative 3. So plug in negative 3 right there. Get 2 plus 3, right? So a is equal to 5. So now to get a minus b, you just plug this in. So a is 5 minus b, which is negative 3. So that's, negative, so plus. So 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. That's your answer, and that is answer choice A.